Yes, and good evening, one and all, once again. It's Disturbo here from raceonoz.com, and we are back here again for the next round of the Race Spec Esports Formula One Pacific Championship. We are obviously on the F1 2019 game on PlayStation 4, as always. And yeah, today we are coming to you from Silverstone, the British Grand Prix. And currently I'm here by myself, just awaiting the arrival of my commentating partner Ben, who is currently at work, but he should be on his way home basically, literally as we speak, and he shall join us hopefully before the race starts. Anyway, we've got our 18-minute qualifying session underway, and we shall got a pretty big grid here tonight, 17 drivers, I believe, so that's a pretty good turnout. So 17 cars. After last week's effort, we only had, I think, 11 or 12 start the race, so this should prove very, very interesting indeed, because we've got all our regular drivers there. Your championship leader, Amazing Hour, of course, absolutely dominating this season. In fact, the only time he hasn't won a race is when he A, hasn't raced, or B, crashed out. And that's only happened twice so far. So he's pretty much won everything else in existence so far. And I probably would expect that domination to continue. The gap is that large. And we've also got other regulars, Suskas, Plebs, of course, Todster, Banana Josh. Todster is actually on a bit of a roll lately, having picked up a victory and also a pole position here and there, a couple of podiums, so he's doing pretty well for himself. He's rocketing up the championship order, and you've also got 40 and LJB as well. A couple of other names there that we haven't seen yet, such as Pete Crichton, Darren 11. Don't remember seeing them so far this season, so yeah, that would be interesting to see how they go in the scheme of things. So looks like most drivers are currently out on track doing their outlaps. I believe this is Greedy on his first flying lap of the session. Let's put that telemetry up, so not that one, the lap data, that's the one we want. Let's see what sort of time he's doing now. He's probably going to come across a few cars. Look, he's got massive amounts of traffic here to all in their outlaps. He's got to negotiate all that without affecting his own lap time. Because he will be setting the bar. And he's on those yellow medium tyres. Well, he's gone very, very wide there. Now, you'll have to forgive me, but once again, the corner names I'm not 100% sure on. This I do know is Hanger Straight. Oh, and he pulls out there. Very late indeed. And he's already aborted the lap and has gone back into the pit, so that was well worth the effort. Let's follow one of these Ferraris around for the final part of his lap. He's actually on the hard tyres here, is Danny. We've got our first flying lap there, set by Darren of 127.1. So we'll see how that holds up as we go. And of course, LJB beats that with a 126.8. LJB actually set that time on the soft tyres. That is unusual. Amazing Hour set that time on the soft tyres. That's unusual for Amazing Hour. He's usually one to go out first on the hards and then go on to the mediums and then set his final run on the soft tyres. But he's gone straight out on the soft tyres. But I dare say he will improve on that time once again. So far, no one yet to match it except for Pete Crichton goes 26.6. We've got 40 now going through Maggots and Beckett's complex. He's on the soft tyres. Down to hang straight. He'll pull a bit of a slipstream here. Leaves it as late as possible to pull out without compromising the line into the turn. See where he can come. So Renault there ducks into the pits behind him. He's got a bit of traffic ahead, but it shouldn't affect him too much, hopefully. 40 crosses the line, goes 6 fastest to the 27.9. So it looks like we may possibly be seeing some, again, some varied tyre strategies at play here. And people all out in all different compounds at the moment, which would be good to see, a bit of variety. After, of course, last week where it was a wet start and everyone started on the intermediate tyres, and it was just all about when you got onto the slicks. So Suskas now just on his outlap, just trying to find that spot. Coming to the back half of the lap now. We've also got Plebs on the outlap as well, but he's a bit further behind. He's not too far behind Suskas actually. So Plebs actually on the hard tyres, so there's a bit of a strategy play there. Suskas on the mediums. You can see there, Plebs in the background, trying to get some heat into those tyres. So these two get to set a lap time. This will be their first run. We're down to 11 minutes remaining in the session. Okay. Suskas is on his way. DRS wide open. Takes a tight line around here. Keeps it nice and tight. There'll be a few varied lines around this part of the track, these turns. There seems to be a couple of different ways you can attack it. Keeps it nicely on track. Through Maggots and Beckett's now. Down hanger straight. I think this is called club, someone correct me if I'm wrong. Through the final turn across the line. Suskas is a 28.4. And Plebs with a 28.3. So Plebs actually goes a little bit faster on the harder tyres. So we've got a few other runs coming now. We'll join Pete Crichton going through club now as he starts his latest lap, and I am joined once again by my commentary partner Benjamin.
Good afternoon all, sorry about that, got held up at work and they wouldn't let me leave, so but I'm here now, and I am ready to watch the Silverstone Grand Prix. So anything interesting happened?
So we just had a few initial runs happening there. As you can see, we've got Pete Crichton, who we're watching now on his second run, who's currently on provisional pole, and we'll see where he can pop out, whether he improves on this time or not. Darren 11 has also moved up into second spot with a very, very similar time to Pete. So these two that we haven't, I don't believe we've seen yet this season, have planted themselves quite firmly at the top of the timesheets. And we'll see what Amazing Hour has got to respond with. And oh geez, that's gone right off the track there. I don't know if that time is going to count. He is up in his time, but he pretty much missed the whole corner. And has backed out of that lap, so let's have a look now at Amazing Hour, who's on his next run. He's actually gone out on the medium tyres, funnily enough, so he's looking to do a bit of a different strategy. So we'll see whether he's up on his time. He's about 2/10 behind provisional pole at this stage. That time was set on the soft tyres. Through Maggots and Beckett's now. And he's not improved on his time, so very interesting. He has not improved on his time at the moment. He's still got to complete the lap. Still 2/10 behind his time at the moment, but he has backed out of it, so he's given up that run. It's a bit hard to tell. We've got here Spilly, who had a good result in Austria last round. He starts his latest run. He's currently provisionally 5th on the grid. I don't believe he's pulling a lap either. He's backed right off here, so it must be an in-lap. So currently we've got Pete Crichton on provisional pole with that 26.6 and Darren 11 with a 26.6 as well. Closely followed by Amazing Hour with a 26.8. That's the top three provisionally at the moment, with only 5.5 minutes remaining on the session. And with so many cars, it's a bit hard to follow who's doing what. So I do apologise if we do miss some laps and times and things. Ford is actually put himself up in the 4th position, so he hasn't done too bad of a job here. So we're going to follow Greedy around on his next lap. He's gone out on the soft tyres. Bit of tail happy action going out of the turn there. DRS open. Getting a bit of slipstream from the car in front. And he's a microsecond ahead of his time in Sector 1. But he needs to find a good second if he wants to get anywhere near the top of the grid. Oh, and he's gone super, super wide there. So I might just go up to Pete Crichton, who's on another lap now. Why is that not going up? Bloody... There you go. Right. So the controller wouldn't work. Okay.
So Pete Crichton and Danny 11 have got very similar times. There's only about 4/10 in it. So the times are very, very similar.
Quite close times at the moment. Let's see if Pete has improved. Is he improving? Once he gets past Maggots and Beckett's, he'll come up with his Sector 2 time. He's got carrying lots of speed through here. See the change of direction, really nice. And he is slightly ahead of his time. You'll get a bit of a slipstream there. He's trying to get as much of it as possible. Pulls out at the last minute. He's slightly compromised his entry into the turn here though, and he's gone very wide there. And pulled the lap out once again.
Oh.
So I think he realised he was way off track. There's not much that could be done with that one. I do apologise if there is some popping in the audio. I'm not too sure why that is the case. We've tried to solve it, but yeah, I'm not too sure why that's happening. Alright, who have we got? This Billy is on our lap here, but he's only just coming up to this hangar straight, I believe. Still trying to get some heat into those soft tyres. We've got LJB on a lap. Looks like he is on a lap. And I do believe he is up on his time. Billy pulls out of the way nicely. Comes up to the final complex of corners. See where he finishes up, and he goes 7th fastest. So he's still about, what's that, 6/10 off the ultimate pace there. So this could be quite an interesting grid that we have here. Amazing how he's out for another outlap, as is Darren. Lots of other cars out on outlaps at the moment. Again, Amazing out on those soft tyres once again. So he wasn't happy with his pace on the mediums. He's gone back onto the softs to try and improve and grab that pole position. Darren also on softs. Ford is out for another run. He's also on soft tyres. Toddster, he's out for another run on soft tyres. So it looks like our top positions are all out on those soft tyres, as is Spilly. And he is slightly down on his time in sector 2 there. So he needs to find a bit more grunt. Actually, I think this is his in lap actually, so don't be afraid of that too much. Where are these guys now? So we've got Amazing Hour. He looks like he's coming up to start another lap. So let's go on board with Amazing Hour. And he starts his run, his final qualifying run, only 30 seconds of the qualifying session left. And here we go, through turn 1. Foot flat to the floor. Hard on the brakes into turn 3. Go all the way to the other side of the track to turn 4. We've got to slow the car right down, slightly misses the apex, it's all good. Under the bridge here. See some cars are already completed their runs. They can't do any more laps. Oh, has he gone down too many gears there? I think that might have been a bit of a mistake there from Amazing Hour. Pete Crichton has finished his run. Hasn't been able to improve his time. Through Maggots and Beckett he goes.
Carrying as much speed as he possibly can.
Oh, he's on the grass! Very, very wide, but he's still slightly up though. Let's see where Darren is. And I've just missed his split time, so I'm not too sure if he's up or not.
Darren would be getting a nice slipstream, off Amazing Hour as well, so...
He should be getting a little bit. Through the final sequence of turns. See, does he improve? I don't think he's going to improve. No, he's not. So he remains in 3rd position. Darren improves and goes pole position.
By 4/10 as well.
So he beats his time by 4/10, so he's taken pole position. And there we go. So I think Crossy's just finishing a lap here, as is Andre. Andre moves up, and Crossy, I'm not too sure, did he get his lap in? He finishes 9th. So we have Darren surprisingly takes the pole position right at the death knell of the session there. And Pete Crichton follows him with Amazing Hour having to settle for third. And it looks like basically the whole field, as you can see, is starting on the soft tyres. Apart from the final two, Romy and Suskas, who actually finished all the way down there in 17th position on the medium tyres. But everyone else, bar those two, starting on the softs. So, our two guys that I don't think we've, as Upperkeep mentioned, haven't seen so far this season.
No, we haven't.
I can recall, possibly we have. There's been so many different names, but taking the front row of the grid for this British Grand Prix.
Indeed. So two, I guess you could say, almost newbies. But they must be playing the game. They've been playing the game for a long time, and as you can say, their first appearance in the Race Spec Esports Tier 1 season, and they've gone and taken the first two spots and leaving the championship leader Amazing Hour in third. So can these guys mount any offense to Amazing Hour?
So well, that's the question. Is the race pace, is that going to be the difference here, and is Amazing Hour actually going to be challenged for that race win? So it'll be good to see, and I'm sure he'll be relishing a challenge as well. And we're just waiting now for everyone to load up. Of course, with 17 cars, it does take a little bit longer than usual for all those cars to load up. And the session is going to start. Looks like everyone has loaded up nicely, which is good. We're still loading up as they all pop into existence as the cars start out on their formation lap.
Yes, and can we get a third different winner as well? There's only been two different winners, and if I'm correct, that was James and Toddster. And all the other wins have gone to Amazing Hour, including last week in France, in Austria, I believe. So everyone is starting on softs apart from Andre.
It looks like we've got two other cars there starting on medium tyres, which is different to what the
results
said. On the previous page showed us. So that's interesting. Andre and Guarini is showing as being on medium tyres. That's different. And yeah.
But majority of the field starting on softs. So will they be trying to make a one-stop work, softs to mediums?
So 26 laps of the Silverstone Grand Prix circuit,
and this is,
it's always a good track, historic track, obviously.
We're going to see some great overtaking today.
It is a track you can overtake on. There are overtaking opportunities because down the Hanger Straight, and lots of high speed stuff as well. So let's see who takes the win.
Now it'll be interesting to see if Darren bunches the field up, to see if he can try and keep as much heat into those tyres and brakes as possible, so he doesn't lose any heat. It'll be interesting to see what he does here.
Okay, so rounding the last few turns, ready to line up on the grid. We shall get this puppy underway. Darren and Pete on the front row. Amazing Hour 40 just behind. So the first heavy braking zone is not right until turn 3, so we shall see what happens. Side by side through turn 1 is usually always an interesting thing, but we are all ready to race.
Here we go, so Race Spec Esports.
Waiting the lights.
Here we go. 3, 4, 5 red lights.
And we're away for the British Grand Prix, Race Spec Esports Championship Tier 1.
And an amazing start.
Amazing Hour with a fantastic start.
Oh,
he's
contact!
spun. He has spun.
So, has there been contact?
That looked like he may have done that by himself. It's hard to tell with that camera angle. It's too far away. But he went straight up the middle there of Darren and Pete at the start. He got a fantastic start off the line. And I don't know if there was any contact. It's hard to tell. But he's now, and there's more contact at the back of the field. There's another car. Is that Amazing Air again? No.
No, it's Suscast.
There was another car there, but
it looked to be a Renault, but both the Renaults are up there. So maybe it was Suscast.
So these guys struggling with tyre temp still. There's still a bit of weaving going on. And Ford, it looks like he's all over the back here of Pete. He's got to try and make a move. I don't think doing through Maggots and Beckett's is a good idea. It's best to try and grab some sort of slipstream down the next straight. So your championship leader has got relegated to almost back of the field there through a turn one spin. Unsure whether there was contact, but Pete's gone a bit wide. Back in the field here we've got Plebs and Spilly having a go.
On to lap 2 now.
Todster all over the back of Plebs now. He's looking to make up some spots as well. Plebs down a spot, he lost a spot off the start. Amazing Hour is back up into 13th spot now. Everyone's still relatively bunched up, so there's lots of action going on. Amazing Hour has made his way past Banana Josh, but Banana Josh is fighting back. He wants to go around the outside. Bit of action in the first couple of laps here. Amazing Hour looking to making another move here on Romy. And he goes up into 11th spot. Romy's not handing that position on a platter. It was a bit of a wheel bang. I think Romy did have to let that one go. Amazing Hour on a charge now, almost back into the top 10. Meanwhile, Crossy looking to move up a spot on Greedy here. Greedy is on those medium tyres, so Crossy should have a grip advantage for at least a couple of laps until they start to wear. Right on his tail now. Can he get anything done? It's the hard part of the circuit to make anything move, make anything stick. Oh, and we've got penalties starting to come out already. Only 3 laps in. And those time penalties start to accrue. And we know what happens with those time penalties. They can certainly make a difference to end results. We've seen plenty of times in the past. We've seen drivers lose victories over and podium spots over penalties. So
yes, that is also correct. We saw the penalties come into play.
Sorry to interrupt you there, but Greedy there taking the spot back from Crossy. He had the draft and the DRS, and he took that spot back.
I believe
Crossy's got to do all that work all again. He wants to keep moving up the grid.
I believe Greedy is Kaizen as well. We did have a name change in Austria. So for you new watchers, Greedy is Kaizen.
So your top 6. We've got a good position battle here for 4th, 5th and 6th and 7th actually. We've got about 4 cars in a nice little group here. Separated only by a couple of tenths. all within each other's DRS. Players go slightly wide, a little bit deep under brakes.
That's given Podster.
Meanwhile, a little bit further back, Crossy's taken that position once again off Creedy. And he sets off after that group we were just talking about.
Amazing how
Amazing how it's coming as well, as Ben says.
It's all over the back of Grady. This is where we'll get to see the true raceman of Amazing
Oh,
Hours.
that's side by side through Maggots and Beckett's. This is brave stuff.
Amazing
Bit of
Hours.
wheel banging going on.
Amazing Hours, all sideways.
And how did both cars end up with a DRS? I have absolutely no idea how that's supposed to work.
He's down the inside.
Oh,
Contact!
Contacted both the
Oh,
cars,
no.
but they keep it going. This is drift.
Oh, it's massive hit.
Oh my goodness,
Oh,
they're both trying to keep it in.
Amazing Hours
straight
just been given a 5-second time penalty as well.
Oh my goodness, straight into the pits he goes with that wing damage.
So
Just trying to keep the car under control.
he was
through the turn. Sorry, I can't remember the name of the turn. There was contact there with Greedy. Both of them were sideways and drifting off the circuit. And unfortunately, with Amazing Hour, came back on the track. Andre had absolutely nowhere to go.
And there's his time penalty served as well.
And so that's put him
So
all the way back down.
that's pretty much ended his race.
So those last four laps for naught, but he has got his pit stop done. So can he make anything work from here? He's still got over 20 laps remaining, and this is your championship leader we are talking about, so anything can happen. Andre was the poor, unfortunate soul. He had nowhere to go, and elected the front end. And it's just sheer luck that both cars managed to keep going. They didn't rip a wheel off or anything. It was just wing damage.
Amazing Hours had a shocking 5 laps.
Well, he's had a great 5 laps, well, great 4 laps, but first lap and this lap were not very good at all. But he's back on a charge now, and I fully expect him to start, especially with the pit stops. And again, those time penalties keep on being dished out.
So
Clevs is now still chasing down LJB, and Todster not far behind.
So with about 20 laps to go, the top 3 stays the same.
Still a bit of a battle going on at the front here. Normally we're used to seeing a car pull away from here. It would be several seconds up the front, but these two still only half a second between them, and fighting it out for that lead position.
No one doesn't seem to be pulling away like he would want to.
Yeah, Pete is right there, still within that DRS range. He's still close enough to take advantage of any mistake. 40 is hanging back there in 3rd position. He's got a nice little gap there back to this group back here. Let's run a little bit wide there. Closes up the gearbox of LJB.
So Spilly had actually gotten past LJB, I think.
Great battle going on here. LJB doing a fantastic job of holding him off as Plebs. There's a look. Go down the inside. Not quite up enough. He's very close. It's all about getting that drive now.
It's all over the back of that Mercedes. Oh, and there's a
Oh, there's a car there. Who's that? That looks like that's possibly Banana Josh, maybe?
there's a
One of those two behind.
Toro Rosso, I was going to say Red Bull, but And the top, Spilly, LJB, Plev and Todster are very close not to collect him.
Now, Todster's closed right up onto the back of Plebs here, who's just fallen slightly behind LJB. So now he's had switched from attack to defend. All three cars there with DRS. Plebs closes back up a bit. Maybe use a little bit more battery to narrow the gap. Darren now looking to see if he can make any move on our race leader.
So Pete Crichton actually got past Darren.
He actually has got past Darren, yes, you're right.
Sorry,
I didn't notice that position change. I do apologise. So, not too sure how that's happened. So it looks like now Darren will be looking to get that position back, but Pete wants to build a gap now. He's pulled a half a second gap on Darren. Looks like Banana Josh has left the session once more. Not having much luck in terms of the connection is old Banana Josh. And back here we've also got Todster, who's made a move on Plebs. He's made it work. Plebs moves down another spot. He won't be happy with that. He's now 2 positions off his starting position.
And amazing, it's just been given a 3-second time penalty.
So I think we're going to have another one of those races where it's not over till everyone crosses the line.
So his race has gone. He's just gone from bad to worse. He's having a shocker race.
Yeah, of course he is quite a way back from the field, along with Andre, but they have completed their pit stop. So we'll see what sort of times they can put in.
That gap is
still not letting Pete get away. Oh, Pete's is his tyres starting to go. He's getting a little bit slidey, as you can see ahead there. And we've got some pitters. We've got LJB, Todster and Crossy into the pits. So there, pit stop.
So they are looking to do the undercut.
So on go the medium tyres.
Can they make them last the next
Todster
16
looks like he's
laps?
got the medium tyres as well. Crossy's crew weren't even ready for him. Oh dear me, but he still manages to get out in time. Oh, there you go.
F1 for you.
That's F119 for you. Thanks, Codemasters. Alright. So they've completed their pit stops. Danny also into the pits. And it looks like Spilly's had a bit of an issue there. And Plebs has managed to get all the way up into 4th now after the Crossy and LJB and a few others, Todster, have pitted. Spilly, I do believe, was ahead of Plebs, but
So Darren is not letting Pete get away.
no, he's not. continue on for another lap. So I wonder how much deeper into the race it goes. 40 pits and Plevs also pits, so third, fourth on the track. So
they'll be
closely followed by Spilly and Romy.
So they'll be looking to do the undercut as well as the overcut.
Well, I think they're a little bit too far behind at the moment to get any sort of massive gain unless the leaders stay out for a long time.
Oh, and Plevs has been held.
Yes, he did have a time penalty to serve. So.
Oh, okay then.
There's also a bit of traffic in pit lane as well.
But he does stay in.
So
6, sorry.
Let's see where he pops out. There's Crossy, and here comes LJB and Toddster, and they do, as expected, pass Plevs once again.
So serving that time penalty in the pits has really hampered his race.
So
and Spilly's now just been given a 3-second time penalty for, I would believe, multiple cutting off the corners.
we've got Suskas and Greedy, who did start on the medium tyres, as we know, continuing on. So they'll be looking to go further into the race, obviously probably to about lap 16, and then finish the race on those soft tyres. And your race leader peeked right into the pits.
He's just been given a 5-second time penalty for speeding in pit lane.
Oh, well,
well,
this is a turn up.
So
Speeding in pit lane, so he may have to serve this right now. No, he doesn't serve it straight away. It looks like he is off as well, so that might come at the end of the race.
So it's really not over till they all cross the line.
Amazing how not really making up any positions after the pit stops. He's only up at a 14th spot now. Still currently out of the point, so he's still 14, 15 seconds out of the points. Another pit lane speeding penalty handed out there. So Darren did lose a couple of seconds in that pit stop to Pete. You see the gap is quite large now.
About 8.5 seconds, roughly.
Greedy is your race leader, but yet to make a stop.
And that looks like Aussie is in.
Aussie puts on the hard tyres. That's an interesting strategy there. Was Andre, who did pit with Amazing Out. Amazing Out actually put medium tyres, actually medium hards. I don't think the game can't make up its mind what tyres he put on. Let's just see what it says in the detail here. It says he is on hard tyres, so we'll go with that.
Had you put on 2 of each tyre?
Well, the game won't allow you to do that, it shouldn't allow you to do that anyway, but it says he's on the hard tyres, not the mediums, so that graphic is wrong, and it's another little interesting glitch. Thank you, Codemasters. Right, so Crossy now looking to get into the top 10, making a move on Romy. All these guys have pit stops completed, so it's a flat out race to the end. And again we got side by side through. Maggots here. Very, very brave to do that at such a high speed area of the circuit. Romy actually up 6 positions, so he's doing quite well. Plevs making his way past Billy.
So Plevs is on the charge, and amazing, there's just been
Oh, agreed. He's entered pit lanes and he's got himself a time penalty for speeding in pit lanes. So quite a few drivers being caught out. Oh, contact there for LJB and Plebs again.
And Darren just put in the fastest lap of a 29.9 on those medium tyres, I believe.
So LJB and Plebs hard at it here. Again, these two have been at it most of the race. Plebs stuck behind LJB there for a while and then losing another spot, but he's gained it back. Toddster's actually moved up to 4th now, so he's gained a few. Fordy looking to make
move for the podium.
Well, Toddster's actually just gotten past 40 and is now on the final step of the podium. 40 though, he doesn't want to give that up. Toddster having to go a little bit defensive. Right at the back of his gearbox. Can't do that through there, he has to back off slightly. Down the outside now, and he gets straight back past him once more.
What a great move from 40.
He's back up in the 3rd position. So he needs to now steam ahead and break that DRS gap.
He's already got a 5 second
Crowd
gap.
goes, 40 trying to stay ahead now of Toddster. With Plebs and LJB not that far behind, ready to pounce if need be. Amazing hour up into 12th spot now.
You see the glowing red light on the back of the F1 cars. That means they are harvesting energy. Trying to get as much battery saved for the battery. Try and use it to get past the driver in front.
Okay, so we have Darren has actually gotten past Pete again. I can't believe I missed it once more. Last time I looked, it was over a second behind, or just nearly a second behind was Darren. And he's gotten past Pete again and back into the lead. So Pete must have had a bit of an issue there somewhere. And allowed Darren back through. The problem is so many cars on track, it's hard to keep track of where everyone's on track.
This is the most cars we've had racing at any time during this season.
Amazing Hour has made another spot. So he's up until 11th, so he's one spot off the points. Plebs is now, he's sizing up Toddster for that 4th spot. So Plebs back into his grid starting slot position. He's doing quite well on these medium tyres actually. He's found a bit of pace. He's managed to pull away from LJB a bit there. Now he's looking to get past Toddster. Toddster who also has the DRS on 40, so he's not being able to pull up as much as he'd like. Championship leader Amazing Hour now into 10th spot. So he can still finish a few positions up yet by the end of the race. So there's still a few on-track battles going on. We're 17 laps into this race. And Pete now, he wants to make a move on Darren for the lead, and he does so. Nicely executed. So Pete now back into the lead over Darren, and he's gone wide, as has Darren. They've both gone deep under brakes there. It may add to their penalty count, it's hard to say. These three still going at it. 40's up into third, Todster in fourth, Plebs in fifth. This is the fight for the final podium step. Todster the meat in this sandwich, and he's got to attack and defend at the same time. Todster looking to make up some ground and get himself out of this 40 leverage. That McLaren of 40 definitely has some pace down the straight. He's obviously being very selective in his battery deployment and using it where he needs it the most to stay ahead there of Todster. He's pulled a little bit away now from Darren up in the lead. We have seen this before. This is what lulled me to a false sense of security last time. Darren again closes right up on the back there. He's looking to make a move similar to what Pete did. Just only a few laps of four down the Hanger Straight. It's all about being close enough to make the move.
So this is the only battle we've seen for first and second the whole season, and it's coming from Darren and Pete.
Pete running wide again. He needs to be careful, he'll end up with more penalties. Just like Greedy there. As we've seen, penalties can affect results, and it looks like we've got Todster and Plebs having to go at each other. Plebs not quite being able to get the move done there. The final sequence of corners. So Plebs will need to sort of regroup, take a deep breath, and have another go. Even though these two are battling, they're still not letting 40 get away. Amazing how up in the 10th. LJB has fallen down to 9th now. And amazing how nearly 3 seconds behind. We've got about 6 or 7 laps remaining. Can he make up any more spots after that initial turn 1 incident? And then again on lap 5 with the heavy contact with Andre.
It's amazing how he's managed to get up into the last point playing position. So right on to him after the start of the race he had was shocking. But he's done an absolutely amazing job to get into the last point playing position. As we see a battle now for 3rd, 4th and 5th. As Todster, Plebs and Spilly. No, sorry, 40, Todster and Plebs.
Yeah, these 3 aren't giving the game up. And Plebs has it down the inside. Oh, he has to slam the brakes on as Todster slams the door shut. And Plebs does very well to avoid contact. Todster now is going to make a move down the inside on 40 and he gets it done. He's up into 3rd spot now, so he's taken that 3rd spot back off 40 once again.
And Greedy has DNF'd as well, so something's happened.
Something's happened to Greedy. Not too sure what's happened there.
Whether it's been mechanical or internet issues. Yeah, so we're down to 16 runners now.
So Todster's managed to get himself up into 3rd. 40 will be kicking himself. He's been defending pretty well for the last few laps, but Todster just got much better drive, much better exit. Was able to get the move done. Plebs hasn't given up moving up the order as well. He still wants a piece of this action.
So we've got about 3 different battles going on now. Pete and Darren, Todster, 40 and Plebs and Spilly and the whole midfield at the moment.
That was Plebs there, locked up, I believe. He's trying to push hard. If he keeps making mistakes like that, he won't get any further up. I just wondered if that may have flat spotted his tyres. Quite impressed here by Todster. He's doing quite well, up 4 positions from his start and on the podium. Meanwhile, our 2 front runners continue to have at it. Still less than a second between them, as there have been for pretty much most of this race. Both of them have led, and the gap has never, I don't think, been more than 1 second, apart from just after the pit stop. And obviously that time's come back down to that half second gap. And 40 is getting that 3rd position back. Makes a fantastic move there in the early turns. I think that was turn 4. Sure, Todster will be looking to get something back though. Plebs down the inside of Todster. That was a great move, but Todster, I believe, is going to fight back. He's hanging around the inside, Plebs around the outside. Who's got the better drive? Who's got more speed? Looks like Plebs is going to have a little bit more speed. Will they give the position? No, Todster's not going to give up. Side by side. Looks like Plebs just manages to stay ahead. You don't want to go side by side through Maggots and Beckett's. We've seen the wheel banging there already. And Todster lost 2 positions there in the space of about 3 or 4 turns. fair play to 40, and Plevs made a fantastic couple of moves. But we've still got 4 laps remaining, or 3 laps remaining I should say. And I know one thing is Todster's not going to let that lie. So a bit of an opportunistic move there by Plevs on that back straight. Bit of heart in the mouth stuff there as he'll side by side with Todster through a couple of those turns, but he got the move done. Now he's looking to put himself on the podium, and meanwhile, once again, our front runners have changed spots and we've missed it again after watching all that action. So Darren has gotten past Pete. And I believe that possibly would have been done in the same fashion that Pete got past Darren. So these two having a ding-dong battle. Meanwhile, this is where the action is. Tots all over the back here of Plebs. He's not letting him go. Alright, we're coming up now to lap, second last lap. 2 laps remaining. What is going to happen? Yeah, full of action this particular race.
Probably the most action we've seen all season in just this race here.
Yeah, it's pretty much true. It's one of the most action-packed races we've had.
The front run, the P1 and P2 of Darren and Pete have not been separated by more than a second all race. Oh,
a bit of a lag spike there.
Looked like Pete was sorry, not Pete,
Like,
Danny.
Looked like he lost it there, but it just looked like a bit of a lag spike, so he's all good.
And coming for the second last lap now.
Well, Tots coming right up on the back of Plebs here. Both of these guys have DRS. They're still a little bit too far away from 40. Tots looking to make a move. Will he dive down the inside? No, he doesn't.
So, last lap now.
Final lap.
Darren and Pete.
These two as well are also separated by hair and a baby's bump. Pete's not going to give this one up, as is Darren. Don't forget we do have some penalties to play out here.
I don't think, apart from Pete, Darren has not gotten a penalty. So as it stands, Darren will be our third different winner.
So here we go.
Onto this.
We'll wait till they cross the line. Lev's also not giving up his efforts to get that final podium position.
I don't think 40 or Plebs has received a penalty yet.
I think they have, but
could be wrong. The more that could be.
don't forget Todster's behind these two as well.
I think it's just about over for Pete.
We've got one. Oh,
they both go
super
wide.
wide there.
Holy moly! I think it's over for Pete and Danny. So not Darren, Danny. Darren.
And here it is. Darren is the winner of the British Grand Prix, and of course, and does finish ahead of Pete there.
Pete with the unserved time penalty or unserved penalty.
So no effect on that. So we'll see what happens here. 40 remains in third, Plebs in fourth, Todster in fifth, What a fantastic little battle that was for the pretty much a good portion of the race. Excuse me. 40 managed to stay ahead and take the podium position.
So well done to Darren, our third different winner of the season.
Meanwhile, Amazing Hour has crossed the line and finished in 8th spot.
So well done to him. Grab some points.
So he's grabbed some extra points after a bit of a shocking race there for him. And like I say, not too sure what happened at the start, whether it was contact with the two up the front after his fantastic start from the second row of the grid. Looks like he's got some further wing damage there as well. And but he spun around and turn one and went pretty much to the rear of field, only to do it again a few laps later.
So well done to everyone. Well done to Darren. His first showing out.
There we have it.
Wins the British Grand Prix. First showing out.
Good race by all of them involved. Well done, Darren, into the Renault.
And he is super stoked with that.
He certainly will be.
Well done to Pete as well, not taking anything away from Pete. He drove an amazing race.
Well, they both did very well. Both led the race. Both led several laps each. There were several passes for the lead. It's just all a matter of timing as to who got it done when. So, well done to those guys.
So, are these the two fellas that can take the fight to Amazing Hour?
Well, that'll be very interesting to see.
But
Hopefully
well done
we'll
to
see
your
these.
podium.
Hopefully we'll see them in future rounds. We'll get a real indication there. So, final results. Darren, Pete and 40 make up your podiums. And Plebs, Todster, Romy, Crossy, Amazing Hour getting all the way to 8th. LJB and Spilly, your top 10. And thankfully the penalty's not playing too much of a major part in the results there. And you got a good finish to the race. So there we have it for this round, the British Grand Prix. This is Race Spec Esports, the Pacific Championship Series, Tier 1, and your race winner, Darren 11. So well done. Anyway, this is Damo Disturboed from raceonoz.com and also
Ben, and thanks for joining in.
We shall be back next week for the next round.
Indeed.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Have a good one.